Secrets of Eternity was released in January 2015. This set introduced the Infernoids, a series of monsters that can special summon themselves to the field by banishing other Infernoids from either the hand or graveyard. Notable cards in this set include Farfa, Malebranche of the Burning Abyss, Cliffort Monolith, Unizombie, Nef Shaddoll Fusion, and a card that would bolster Satellar Knight to combat the Burning Abyss Shaddoll meta, Stellar Knight Constellar Diamond. Additionally, the Hero Strike structure deck was released just a few weeks later, introducing Masked Hero Darklaw to the game as well. In this series, both MBT and myself will be traversing the sands of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Each episode will take a deep dive into Yu-Gi-Oh's past formats and unlock new strategies as new sets become available. Strap yourselves in because anything is possible. Welcome to the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
Oh, it feels so good to be playing Hero again. It's been too long since I was able to normal summon Neos Alias and get away with it, but now I present to you one of the most powerful fusion monsters ever printed, Masked Hero Darklaw. When the Hero Structure deck came out in between set releases, it took the Yugi playing world by light gust of wind. This deck was around, to be sure, and it did see a smattering of success. We pulled this from a top regional profile, but unfortunately it couldn't hang with the big boys. On paper, it sounds fantastic. Darklaw is a macrocosmos, while the top decks are a deck that aims to abuse graveyard effects in Shaddoll, a deck that aims to mill cards to the graveyard in Burning Abyss, and Cliffort, a deck whose specific pendulum rulings mean if you're able to pop their scales, they don't go to the face-up extra while macro is on field. Instead, they're actually banished. But in practice, that theory didn't exactly hold true. Shaddoll can just take a minus on something like an El Shaddoll Fusion in order to make a construct which trades with your board extremely efficiently. Burning Abyss can sit on a defense position Dante, a setup for which you have literally no out because Darklaw doesn't have a lot of offensive capabilities and Anki has not yet been released. And of course, Cliffort has no problem losing individual scales to something like Mystical Space Typhoon. They're playing 3 Scout, 3 Summoner's Art, and by the time of this set, Monolith as well. They can just summon ad infinitum. That said, the deck certainly was still powerful enough to take names, and it was aided by a very robust and powerful OTK line enabled by Raigeki and Snatch Steal, 2 cards that I have no understanding as to why they were released at this time, specifically the latter. More importantly, I really do not want to give Alex the chance to activate this on me. If he can top deck Snatch Steal to win the game. Sadly, Darklaw's legacy during this period was more effectively adapted into Burning Abyss builds, which would play 1 copy of Mask Change 2 in order to convert BA names into a Darklaw of their own. Fantastic in the mirror when you're also applying offensive pressure. Unfortunately, not really an option available to us. So with that, let's get into the card by card. We've got 2 Bubble Men. These are fantastic at making rank 4s because so much of your deck is non-monsters. You can set your entire hand and get summoning. 1 Neos Alias. It's just a decent guy to summon. Triple Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. This does everything for the archetype. Makes a Darklaw on special summon and of course converts into an additional monster. 2 Goblinberg. He's fine. Reinforcement of the army is flexible and sometimes you need a way to summon a Shadow Mist from hand. Double Summoner Monk. Another great way to get Shadow Mist from deck. Triple Hero Lives, great that this was legal. An E-Call, double Forbidden Lands, triple Mask Change, 1 Mask Change 2, you were really hard up for this card. 2 Miracle Fusion, triple Mystical Space Typhoon, Raigeki, triple Rhoda, Snatch Steal, Bottomless, Breakthrough Skill, Call of the Haunted, Compulse, Mirror Force, and Vanities. Now while this might seem like a back row focused control deck, you'll notice that most of the back row doesn't actually do anything. The Mirror Forces and the Compulses disrupt, as does the Bottomless Trap Hole and maybe the Breakthrough Skills, but most of these don't even trade for a monster. You're kind of just hoping that Darklaw will get you there. In the side, we've got 2 Flying Sea, 2 Maxi, a Forbidden Lance, 2 Noblemen of Crossout, 3 Twister, 3 Fairy Wind, and 2 Mind Crush. In the extra, I could not find the 15th card. I know it's probably 101, and I will kick myself if it comes up. We've got the Ab-Zero, we've got the Escuriato, we've got the Gaia, we've got the Shining Acid, Triple Darklaw, 1 Deanne, Blade Armor Ninja, Castel the Skyblasker Musketeer, 1 copy of Exciton Knight, 1 Excalibur, and 1 Ragna Zero.
So a lot of you may not know this, but the first deck I actually played in Duelist Alliance format was Satellar Knight. I was just generous enough to let Joseph play it just because I thought BA and Shadal were more fun, and, you know, Joseph apparently needs some help in actually winning in this format, so I figured that would be simple enough for him to play, but yet here we are. So, Satellar Knight got a lot of new tools courtesy of the new challengers, but we're moving on to Secrets of Eternity, and while we do get a powerhouse of a card in Satellar Knight Constellar Diamond, the thing is, it wasn't enough to really bring Satellar Knight up into the top tier with the best decks being Burning Abyss, Klee, as well as Shadal. It was a decent rogue deck at best and would still top here and there, but it just wasn't good enough to be consistently at the top like those other 3 decks. So we're going to be running Satellar for ourselves this time. Maybe we can show Joseph how it's done, and maybe we can teach him to not attack with Altair every single time he activates the effect. So card by card, we have double Maxi, and then we just have all the important Satellars, triple Altair, triple Deneb, triple Unuklahai, and a Vega. Only 1 Vega, because honestly, you only really need 1, and you want to minimize your monster count because you really need to see your spells and traps. So Altair allows you to resurrect a Satellar from the grave, Deneb allows you to add any from deck to hand, so Unuklahai just dumps any from deck to grave, and Vega allows you to just get an extra special summon out of the hand. Remember, with Altair, you're not allowed to attack the turn you activate the effect except with Tellar Knight monsters. That's a very important part of this deck, which is why you need to go into utility rank 4s such as Castel or 101 to be able to remove your opponent's threats so you can attack on the following turn. Then for the spells, 1 book, triple MST, Raigeki, triple Rhoda because it's at 3, which is crazy. It's like you have 6 Denebs, and of course the newly unbanned Snatch Steal. Holy shit. They realized they made a mistake with this because you're going to see this card for maybe a couple of episodes, and they immediately banned it on the next ban list because they realized this was not okay. You guys have seen the power of this card in Progression Series. Wait till you see this card in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! This card is nasty. But then we have 19 trap cards. Let's go Satellar Knight. So one of the interesting changes when it comes to Satellar Knight is because of the inclusion of Trevere now, you need to switch the way the deck works up just a little bit. If you've never seen Trevere, it requires 3 level 4 Tellar Knights, which sounds like a lot, but realistically it's not that bad because you can just go Vega into Altair into Deneb and you're already there. Trevere reads, during the turn that you Xyz summon this card, you cannot special summon monsters except Tellar Knights. If this card's Xyz summon, return all other cards on the field to the hand. Not only does that bounce your opponent's monsters, but what's good is that most of the time with Call the Haunted or copies of Oasis of Dragon Souls, a new card, that they're going to typically be sticking around on the field. You might use these to overlay, and as a result of that, these cards just stay on the field, but thanks to Trevere, these cards will bounce back to the hand, so you can get an extra use out of them to get another Deneb search, to get you into another Altair, and continue on with your plays. If that's not enough, this card also has a once per turn ability. You can detach an Xyz material from this card, send a random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. So actually, after you bounced everything away, you're then able to rip one of those cards out of their hand, and if they don't have many cards left in hand, I mean, the fact that it's just a walking Spirit Reaper is crazy. And then if this card with Xyz material sent to the graveyard, you can target a Tellar Knight monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So it helps pay for the investment a little bit by recurring Deneb, which then gets you another one. So you basically just pay for itself just because you made it, as long as it goes to the graveyard specifically, which is very important. It also needs material, but most of the time it does, just because you're not going to go 3 turns with Trevere on the field and the game is still going on. So we have 3 Call of the Haunted and double Oasis. Some people opted to play 3 of this. Oasis, if you've never seen it, is like Call of the Haunted, except it specials the monster in defense, and so that's actually quite good. It also changes the typing to Worm, which isn't great because sometimes it messes with some of your rank plays, but in all honesty, it's just more copies of Call of the Haunted, which is fine. It also makes Unuklahai a lot better because now you can just Unuklahai for Deneb, and then all of a sudden you have a much more easier way to access it instead of wasting your normal summon on this. Then we have Compulse, double Dimensional Prison, double Dust Tornado, double Fiendish Chain, Mind Crush at 3. A lot of cards at this time are very known just because when it comes to a deck like Shadal, they can add Shadal Fusion off of like Hedgehog or like back off of a Construct or something. When it comes to Klee, they're going to scout for everything. And when it comes to like Dante and Seer, they're going to be adding cards back with Dante and the like. So the thing is, Mind Crush is very powerful during this time, and you still get the hand knowledge, I believe, as well. Then we have 1 Solemn Warning and triple Stellar Nova Alpha to round out our main deck. The extra deck consists of all the power rank 4s, including Dweller, Castel, Dagoso Emerald, 1 Downward Magician. This is relevant in case we take like an opposing Dante and we can like slap this on top of it, which is very funny. Exoton, Cowboy, Hero Champion Gandiva, a warrior specific Xyz, which is actually not terrible. 101 Ragnan Zero, a Rhapsody in Berserk, which is actually basically a DD Crow, which is kind of sick. And then of course we have Delta Deltaros, the double Trevera, which is sort of like the main boss monster of the deck now, and 2 copies of Stellar Knight, Constellar Diamond. This is sort of the way you're supposed to win your BA and Shaddoll matches. It requires, in main phase 2, to Xyz summon this over one of your Tellar Knight Xyz monsters, so after you summon Trevera or Deltaros. And while this card is Xyz material, neither player can send cards from the deck to the graveyard, and any card that returns from the graveyard to the hand is banished instead. So that shuts off Shaddoll Fusion and a myriad of other cards that these decks are playing. And during the either player's turn, when an opponent's dark monster activates its effect, you can detach an Xyz material from this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. It's no wonder why you think that this deck would be crazy during this time, but it just wasn't able to get there. The side deck consists of double Allied Justice Psycho Reader for any light-based matchups, I guess the mirror match. Double Flying Sea is actually quite good against a deck like Burning Abyss. We have 1 Stellar Knight All Sam for being able to burn our opponent to death. Triple D Fusion. This is another card that started to see play during the time that Shaddolls were being very popular, and so this is just a very funny card to be able to just out fusions. Triple Fairy Wind, of course, just a fantastic card for the pendulums. Triple Shadow Imp because BA and Shaddoll are everywhere, and 1 Xyz Universe rounding out our side. So I can't wait to see how this one goes. Hopefully we're able to actually pilot Stellar Knight correctly and keep our win streak going. So ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Well, Joseph, here we are, another core set down in Secrets of Eternity, and we're changing things up again, although, to be fair, we're showing off a deck that we haven't seen much of lately just because we're focusing primarily on the good decks of the format, but I don't think you're going to take any reason not to play Hero if I give it to you.
Yeah, I heard that I could play Hero because it got like a regional top and I got like my eyes turned into little shadow mists.
That's because you got Dark Law. Congratulations.
Yeah,
you actually have like a real card now.
It's great news, and I think if there's anything that's going to get me out of this embarrassing loss streak, it's playing a deck as good as Hero. It's just hey.
Special summon Ferris, right? It's just like now. Let's go ahead and shout the patron. Get right into it. It is Miguel Morales. Thank you for the support, buddy. I rolled the die. Do you have the hand up?
Yes.
I went excuse me, that was odd. It was a 5.
God, it was odd.
Ooh, I get to avoid Dark Law going first. Yes. What was your reasoning?
I have 3 Shadow Mists.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be you only need 1 Dark Law to beat me. I thought that was going to be the fitting answer there.
Oh, Jesus. Wait, what? This is a hand.
Okay. Let's see how it goes. I will normal Unuklahai, trigger the effect.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, we'll dump the one and only Deneb to the graveyard, and in true Stellar Knight fashion, buckle up, buddy. I'll set 2 and pass.
Anything in standby? I'm gonna go to main. A Hero lives.
It's a good start. I'll maxi here.
I'll grab Shadow Mist.
Sure, and I'll draw a card.
I'll trigger the effect of Shadow Mist.
That's perfectly fine.
I'm gonna normal Summoner Monk. I am going to trigger the effect of Summoner Monk pitching Rhoda. I will summon Bubble Man.
And I'll get a draw.
Mask change. I'll target Bubble Man.
Gonna go for Acid. Try to nuke my back row. Activate Call of the Haunted, targeting Deneb. So resolves, I'll get Deneb, you will get Acid.
And then I'll trigger Acid.
Is Acid mandatory or optional? I don't think it matters.
It is mandatory.
Okay, so you'll be chain 1, I'll be chain 2. And then chain 3, thinking here. I've got a Compulse. I'm just deciding what I want to bounce. Acid seems like the easy pick, but I also kind of just want to get rid of one of your dudes, so you can't make a rank 4. Also, I get to draw for Maxi. I'm sorry. I need to do that first before everything else. I will try to go after the... I will just do the Acid. We'll just be safe.
Sure.
So then I get my Deneb search. I will grab myself Altair, and then this resolves. These all go away.
I'm going to special Bubble Man.
With what?
By setting my whole hand.
Oh, okay. I'll draw another card.
We will overlay the Shadow Mist and the Bubble Man here for Blade Armor Ninja.
And I'll draw another card. That's fine.
I'll snatch your Anukalai.
Fuck! I forgot this card's out. Yep.
Yeah, welcome. And then we'll make Exciton Knight.
And I'll draw another one.
Go Armor Ninja effect. We'll go 44-19.
That's a lot. You could have very easily killed me if I didn't have that Compulse.
Yeah, no, I was kind of hoping you wouldn't. All right, back to you. Enjoy your 12-card hand.
I appreciate it, buddy. I'll draw.
Yep.
Standby.
All good.
Main. All right. Wow, there just straight up isn't a rank 4 that deals with 1 back row. That is annoying. All right, Rhoda.
Oh, you sure? I think it's going to be the 12th monster in your hand that makes the difference here.
When I need Vega, because I didn't draw it, that's correct.
Yeah, well, that is a good one.
Normal Vega. Activate Vega.
Yes.
I will normal Deneb and activate Deneb.
Yes.
With Deneb, I will grab myself another Altair. Let's overlay. We're going to go for... Which one of these do I like the best? I like 101. He seems pretty cool.
He's all right. Yeah.
Can we use the effect?
Yeah. Who are you targeting?
I'm going to gobble up Exciton.
Of course.
And we'll get him underneath. There we go. Let's go snatch the blade armor.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I will activate the effect.
Yep.
Try to kill you.
How much is this? 21.
44, 65.
Yeah, I can blank one of them with call, but I can't blank another day, another OTK stopped by Maxi.
What else is new? Don't you love this card? Is it Master Duel just really doing it right, keeping this card legal? New ban list, by the way. New ban list. Cross out Designator at 1. What do you think?
Very excited by it. I'm so happy. We're going to go Rhoda for Goblinberg.
Fantastic warrior support card.
Let's normal Goblinberg, special Shadow Mist.
No Maxi, you're good.
And then Shadow Mist effect, we'll grab Mask Change.
It's gonna be a much different game.
Yeah, I mean, it's strange. This deck has 2 game plans. One is kill you, and the other is do this. E-Call, grab Bubble Man, special Bubble Man, and then we will overlay. I don't know what we're making. I think Ragna Zero is really funny. There's not really a good one outside of that. Yeah, let's go Ragna Zero. Yeah, let's just pass here.
Draw.
Yeah, we'll just do it now.
Standby. Figured you want to get that out of the way.
We will let's grab Bubble Man. And there he is. The boy.
The boy. There he is. All right. So we'll go main phase 1. I think how we want to do this. I'm going to go normal nothing. I'm going to set 3.
Well, that is really not what I wanted to see.
Normal Vega.
That's fine.
Activate Vega.
Also fine.
Special Deneb. Trigger Deneb. I will add Altair.
I'm going to try for Dark Law here.
Okay, what are you going for?
Well, let's find out.
Of course, typical.
All right, well.
Problem is, no matter what I play, it's probably going to lose to any back row you possibly have. So that's annoying. Well, I mean, 101's the best one. Let's see it.
101 is fine.
Let's fire 101. I will attempt to target your Dark Law.
Yeah.
Did not think we would get this far. Holy shit.
These two do get banished, however.
Oh, yes, because they're supposed to go to the grave. That's right. Well, I'm fucked. Go ahead.
I will draw for turn. We'll go standby main. I'm going to lance your Honor Arc. I'm going to fire Ragna Zero, targeting Honor Arc. There's really no good way to do this. We'll go here. That's what?
I take 3. Oh, no. 8 plus 8, so I take 11.
I guess I could have gone to combat attack. You would always have detached, and then I could get the draw at least. Go ahead.
Depends on my back row, too, to be fair. I'll draw. Hey, that's a pretty good one.
It's all right.
24.
I will MST targeting Snatch.
That is unfortunate. Yep. Get him back. I think... Probably just pass. Go ahead.
Standby main, battle. Wow.
Take 24.
Set 1, back to you.
Draw. I'll set 1. Go ahead.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
Don't you?
That's interesting. I'll normal Neos Alias. Yeah, I'll threaten lethal. We'll special Bubble Man.
Sure.
Wow. Let's go for 45. That's unfortunate, because I would really like to go for Exciton here, but that's 200 short.
That'd be pretty nice.
Let's go for Blade Armor Ninja.
That is fine.
I'll go for the effect here.
Okay.
Battle.
So this is 100% lethal. I will compulse the blade armor.
Sure. And then
I'll take 24 from Ragna.
Back to you.
All right. We're trying. Go ahead.
Stand by main. I will go for it.
Prison.
A second main.
Yep.
Hero lives.
Pretty good. Yep.
We will grab Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist effect.
Sure.
I will set one and pass it back.
Could be literally anything.
We'll do it here.
It's firing it now?
Yep. And then we will Shadow Mist. We'll grab. We are out of targets. We are not going to grab shit.
I just have to survive the Dark Law Onslaught, which is probably not going to last very long, if I had to guess. Set one. Go ahead.
I don't know. Battle.
Is Altair.
Set one, back to you.
I'll dust it in end phase.
It is Mirror Force.
Not bad. Set pass.
I will MST it at end step.
It was Alpha, which does literally nothing because I cannot send for cost.
Let's try it.
I have Oasis.
I guess I should have waited on the fucking MST. We'll redeclare.
It gets banished. Yep.
Second main, I'll set one. Back to you.
Well, it's Deneb. I'll try.
Yeah, Deneb's fine.
Anything I add is just going to get immediately banished, so this is pretty irrelevant. I will banish Unuklahai for you.
Yep.
And go ahead.
Stand by main. Battle.
Yep. Take 9.
Okay, go ahead.
We're trying.
Wah.
It's very funny that I could do this. I will defusion your Dark Law.
Yeah, that does do something. Second main, I will normal Summoner Monk.
That's fine.
I'll set one and pass.
I'll draw, I'll set, and I'll pass.
Stand by main.
Yep.
Called.
Target.
Shadow Mist.
Sure.
Shadow Mist effect. I will grab Mass Change. Wow.
Yeah, you got it. Power of Dark Law riding you to victory.
Awful game. Terrible stuff.
Dark Law still a force back in 2015. Who would have thought? I just
15 turns to win that game, Alex.
I couldn't draw it out, and like when I did, I had no monster to follow it up with. Otherwise, I was just dead. I get to go first. I guess that's the best thing I could do against this deck. But holy crap, that was a disaster. Oh my God, what is this hand? Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ, what do we do? I'm gonna set 2 and pass.
All right, stand by main. Normal Bubble Man.
Ask change.
Yes.
Yep.
We'll make acid.
Sure.
Oh my God. Oh,
MST
wow.
Prison.
I really did not think that was gonna work. Okay, well because I didn't think that was gonna work, I don't have a follow-up plan. Let's just go to combat and attack.
Okay, I really needed to Deneb deck.
All right, boom. Go ahead.
Protagonist powers. That's not Deneb, but it's almost one.
That's literally Deneb. What are you talking about? Yep.
Now it's Deneb.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get him. I will fire Deneb.
Yeah.
Guess I'll grab Altair. Try to keep things in rotation here. I might just chill here. I think I'm going to set 2 and pass.
That's pretty good. That's not bad. Stand by main. Oh, God. Okay, normal Summoner Monk.
That is fine.
Summoner Monk effect. I'm going to pitch a Hero Lives. I'm going to grab Shadow Mist. You're at 54. We go Shadow Mist effect here. Grab Mass Change. Okay, I feel like if you had Alpha, you would have just done it there. That would have been a really tight Alpha. We are going to... I'm going to Raigeki.
Oh, fuck. Yep.
I'm going to set 1. Special Bubble Man. And then we are going to go these 2 for Ragna 0. Combat. Wow.
This is lethal. Yeah, 24 is fine.
26.
26 is a lot. I'll go for the Oasis here.
Sure.
Get Deneb.
Yep.
Trigger Deneb.
That's fine.
I'll grab Vega. Would you like to redeclare?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And then we'll get in for 1,000.
That is fine.
Back to you.
I'll draw. Standby?
Yeah, we'll go for it here.
Okay.
We'll grab Dark Law, and then we are going to add Neos Alias.
Main? Okay, well, thank fuck you did that.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh, dog. I fucking love it.
You Raigeki'd me. You can't even complain.
Yeah, I should have saved it. I didn't think we were going to have to do this long. All right, we're going to go Lance, target Dark Law.
Shit. All right. That's fine. That was the one thing I was worried about, but there's not much I can do. He banishes all cards. Yes, all cards. Want to make sure it wasn't just monsters. It's not your cards that get banished, just mine. Yeah, we'll just go for it. Vega.
Mm-hmm.
Altair.
Uh-huh.
Grab Deneb.
Yep.
To defense. Trigger Deneb. We will grab another Altair.
We'll go Dark Law. Wow.
What are we hitting?
That one.
Congratulations. Okay. Per Altair, I cannot attack except with Tellarknights, so I need to do something with these idiots. I know you have, what, Shadow Mist in hand?
Alias.
Yeah, I think we just go for the boy. I haven't seen him all game. That's the new tool this deck has. Let's go, Trevor.
There he is.
On summon, bounce everything.
Yep.
And then we will use the effect. Let's detach Deneb, get the last card out of your hand.
Yep.
And this is a Tellarknight, so I can't actually attack you. And second main, I got 2 back row.
I got cards that do it. Well, I drew Miracle Fusion.
Wow. Yeah?
All right. Well, didn't think we'd get this far. Who we making? Where we dropping, boys? Oh, he's still legal. Whoa, that's crazy. Golly gosh. Actually got a couple of really sick ones.
I bet you do.
Ab-Zero, of course, is, I mean, he's nice. I've done everything I can to lose this game. I had lethal turn 1. And I was just like, oh, that back row is real. It's definitely not 2 garbage cards. We are going to banish Neos, Alias, and Bubbleman to make Elemental Hero the Shining.
Just make it a big dude, huh?
Yeah. Oh, man. But that follow-up is crazy. Okay. Combat. Oh, wait. Does Ab-Zero still trigger in the, if it is spun at this point? I'm making Ab-Zero then. All right, it's my boy. So he is a 25. I'll try it. Fuck it.
Yeah, so I'll take 4. Trigger Trevor.
Unfortunately, that is correct.
I will get... I guess I can just get Altair and then get Deneb.
Yes. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
And we'll do that. And we will grab... I guess we'll get the last Altair at that point.
Oh, God.
Do I want the last one? I could just go Nuclehigh. Nah, I'll just get the Altair. It's fine.
An Ab-Zero and a dream, baby.
We'll draw. How do we deal with this idiot? Okay, Joseph, I got one for you. What happens to Ab-Zero if it is made as a, or if it's put as a material underneath an Xyz monster?
Oh, God. It does not activate. Oh, okay.
Does not activate. Fantastic. Love to hear it. All right, we found the way around Ab-Zero, which is like what everyone wishes for. All right, Arc.
Yeah. You can have him.
Gimme it.
You know what's even funnier is if he goes to the graveyard as material, because you like protected it, it still does not trigger.
That's because technically it didn't leave the field. Because it
guess.
wasn't like on the field. It's in like the purgatory of Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyway, Altair. 17, 21. You're at what? 21. All right, I got game. Triver's 21.
No! Oh, my.
Woo!
My balls to the wall in this game 1 and my unwillingness to balls to the wall game 3 cost me this one. The opener game 3 was like Bubbleman, Forbidden Lance, Mask Change, Raigeki, Hero Lives. It was like...
That's insane.
Yeah, I was like, that's lethal. I have to go get Shadow Mist and then summon all the Bubblemen. But that's like very doable. It's just very punished by like... any kind of meaningful battle trap. Like Dim Priz and Mystical Space Typhoon don't actually punish it because they I would have cleared the back row before the battle phase. But everything else does, so you know, it is what it is.
My opener was Call the Haunted, Oasis, Prison, MST, and Raigeki. So I just had nothing to do turn 1 except just hope and pray you did not commit to kill me because you had a clean line to lethal if you did.
Wow. Well, someday I will win a game 3. Not anytime soon, but someday.
Potentially. It might happen. But it is cool to see like Hero when it first like okay, we have chronicled Hero probably for the at least 800th time now in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! And we haven't seen it probably since what are we thinking? Like Edison here?
Yeah, it's been a while. Like the Neos Alias skill drain version of the deck was the last one. This is the longest period of hero non-playability I think ever. No,
and I was gonna say that Dark Law, I mean, just makes such a big difference for the deck. It goes from just being like it still has the controlling elements to it, right? But I mean, Dark Law is just such a house of a card, and in this format specifically, because against like what are all of the best decks, even against Klee, in all fairness, Darklaw has application just because instead of the Cleese getting bounced to the extra, I was going to say extra monster zone, the extra deck, they would actually get banished instead, I believe, won't they?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, so being able to like have this sort of like anti-meta card that you're able to, against Teller Knight, you shut down Deneb. I mean, we saw that in full force in game 2, that I just wasn't able to do anything. And then against Shadal and BA, none of the things trigger, and so you lose all the recursion for BA, and you lose all the just power that Shadal really has. And then, again, like Cleed even has some minor application as well. Pair that with the fact that not at this exact moment, you were telling me this prior to us filming, Anki doesn't come out until next month in the timeline for what we're doing things, which would have obviously helped significantly because having that follow-up mass change to get into the extra damage, that's Anki's specialty. And so it's really just cool to see like one of those instances of one structure deck really just helping push a deck, not to like top tier playability, but at least like a rogue contender at best. And this definitely was like a regional warrior.
Yeah, I do want to kind of explain here. While I do love playing this deck, it was definitely not like great during this period.
Yes.
Darklaw lines up really well against a lot of the format threats in BA, in Shadal, and Cleefort. But those decks also summon monsters. And like, if you want to eat a Shadal fusion that doesn't get you anywhere in order to make a construct, you can. If you want to summon a couple BAs and just like Dante into the banished zone, or get yourself to like a Virgil, rather, banish a couple of BAs in the process, that's fine. If you want to lose out on like sacrifice triggers, but just set scales and like pendulum summon a big guy and then walk over Darklaw, you can do that also. As you saw, the deck, with the exception of like one concentrated push, really doesn't have a lot of offensive pressure. So if you're playing enough interruption by way of like the Shadowls making Winda, or Burning Abyss playing Fire Lake, or playing 45 floodgates, or Teller Knight playing back row at all, if you can survive that one push, the deck really just runs out of gas immediately. It's got the 3 Shadow Mist, the 1 Alias, the 2 Bubble Men, and the Summoner Monks, but that's like literally the only monsters in the deck. And after you're through with them, you know, that's it. Teller Knight build, unfortunately, was similarly not sufficient for meta viability. While Triver's a really good card, this deck just fell all the way off.
Absolutely. It just got completely crept out by the other 3 because their support, which, I mean, we saw Triver just immediately take over as soon as it was summoned, because this card, when you read it, just seems like a dream, right? As on summon, you bounce all cards on the field, which if you have Dead Call the Haunteds or Oasis of Dragon Souls, which the deck wasn't playing before, you get to recycle these to get more Deneb triggers. But then on top of it, you also get to randomly get rid of a card out of your opponent's hand each turn. So if this thing survives, it's a constant threat. And then if it dies, you're also able to get back a monster a la Deneb or Altair and just keep going after that. So like, this card is an incredible piece of support for the deck. And a card we didn't see, which was released actually in Secrets of Eternity, was Constellar Diamond, which against your deck doesn't really have like a ton of application. This was like one of the main like sells for the deck to try to compete against like Shadal and BA, because once this card hits the field, it's basically game over. That still wasn't even good enough. I think the interesting development with the Hero Strike structure deck being released was that Burning Abyss actually starts throwing in Mask Change 2 and Darklaw into the deck to take advantage of Darklaw outside of the hero archetype and allow them to just make it so that their Shadal matchup in particular has a much higher likelihood of being more in their favor if they're able to stick that.
Certainly, Satellar Knight, despite all of its new toys, is going to need another card to combat the Burning Abyss Shadal meta, and I think we might be headed there quite shortly.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shoutouts to Shadow1317, Moto, Tim00x3, Cameron Smith, MBT Play Medolce, Chaotic Meatball Part 2, Pony Starks, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Man Hoban, I ship MBT and Cimo, Draconic Phoenix the Immortal, Jordan Coons, Iron Bladesman, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, David Liu, Dylan Hunter, Cody Bretz, John Two-Based, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Zerius Business, MBT caught injecting his fairy lily, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Valen Jackson, Hornet, aren't you glad I didn't say Alpha Tribute Ben 10, TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeve stat, Matthew Brady, Max, Twinkle Muncher, Eater of Crayons, Luabon, Yodabon, Helios 515, Simo's Chaos Cooking Draft, MBT funding the Iris with his Rothschild Wealth, that's his Roth IRA, Simping for Simo, Stolfin Amethyst, Nicholas Carpenter, Simo's Harem of Sexy YugiTubers, LGMBTQ, Nim Noodle, Malbranch of the Burning Tunnel, Stella and Zoa Vermilion, Wonder Waffle, James Keen, Skull Servant, and the Wandering Doomed are boyfriends. MBT cancel by all community soon, cancel by all committee soon, cancel by all players soon. Not reading cards makes the game interesting. interesting, and you know it. The MBT and MBT Yu-Gi-Oh! Stands for Morbin Time, The Undertaker versus Cimoooooooo and MBT, Dalton, Hunter Reed, Shrug Zyx, The Crystal Beast Enthusiast, ITF, Corvain, Dark Echo, TG Starman, Seamoose Engage, Viso the V, Wacky Waving, Arm Failing, Fable 2 Men selling crudely painted, not so funny plywood cutout folk art, and hatformat.com. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.